Hi, welcome to Classic Car Cave. So, just a bit of an update here because some things have changed a little bit, and I'll go through with them, or with you, what they are. So, I've been meaning to speak to my next door neighbour Martin, who I bought this XJ6 from, and he has an Audi A6, which he had the number plate on, but here you can share the number plate. So he shared it on the Audi A6 and onto this XJ6, but he's now sold the Audi, and obviously he wants to put the plates back in. So tomorrow morning, this is obviously Sunday night, so tomorrow morning I'll go down to our insurance and see if I can put it onto my FF Jag 1 plate, which would be nice because it is a Series 1, and it was also if I can put it onto the XK as well. So because obviously I can't drive both cars, as long as you know both cars on the road, you can swap them from car to car. So this is the registration on it at the moment. So this is the plates here, just slide in, there's a clip on them, and this shows that there's insurance on the car for anybody. So it's the plates that are insured, the car, not like in the UK where I believe you have to put the person's name in. Here it covers it on this. So the reason I've got the plates off him, and this is basically your V5, which gives all the, but there's a part 1 of this registration document. Now they tend to do them in plastic. There's a part 1 and a part 2. So I need this because the car was due a MOT or a test, a yearly test in September. Now, if I can get it in this week, booked in, and get a new test on it, they will put it back to September. Now, you might think that's a little bit weird, but that's the way they work it here because it should have been done in September. But at that point, it wasn't running very well, and I was doing this manifold and carburetors and so on and so forth. So what they'll do is they'll put it back. That way, you can't just do it from when you had it off the road. You have to go back to the original MOT, so that you can't get out of paying it. So the way that it works here in Austria is you've got a 3 months. I can't think of the best word to explain it, but yeah, a 3-month period, an amnesty, if you like, for 3 months where you can get the thing tested, and then they just put it back to the September or whatever month it was. So it makes sure you're paying for it each year, which is quite a good system, really. That's the thing I have to do. So as I say, Monday I'll go and talk to our insurance people, see if that's possible to change it over. And hopefully I'll get a date with this week at the local MOT station and get it MOT'd as well. And then obviously September coming, I'll have to do it again, but that's not a real big issue. So that's my plans. I'm hoping tomorrow, latest Tuesday, that the parts come from Berlin for this, because I'm going to have to take the carburetors off to fit these new jet modules, because it's easier to do them because of the way I've basically got to take them off the manifolds to work on them, so I can do all that in one shot. Not a big deal, it should take sort of a half a day's work, and then I'll have it on the manual choke, which is what I'm looking forward to. And then, as I say, hopefully get a test, so it's early for me in the morning. I don't, as a retired guy, I hate getting up before 10 o'clock. Our dog is used to it, and then I give her a little run at 10 o'clock, because my wife and I are very late night dwellers. We never go to bed before 12:30, sometimes 1 o'clock in the morning. So we tend to sleep late. So we're late risers, but stay up late. Anyway, I'm going to take you on to something else that happened over this weekend, and you can let me know what you think. So the update on this. I don't know how it came about, but there's a young couple that I met, and they came over this Saturday. They don't live far from Vienna, and they have horses, or a small horse holding or farm, and they've been looking for a tractor, and they particularly would like to have a David Brown. They did look, they saw a David Brown for sale, but unfortunately when they inquired, after they talked to the chap, he sold it and didn't put it down off the site, which is a common thing these days. Why people sell things and then don't take them down, I don't know, because all you do then is get people calling you up and asking you about the stuff. Anyway, it was sold. But before that, the name is Sabina and Christoph, and as I say, they came down on Saturday. They were invited down, and they came down. And initially, I said to them, you know, if you want to come and have a drive of it, so you know what the tractors are like, and so on and so forth. And I've been kind of thinking about it that, you know, we built this, or completely restored this David Brown 880. And I know for a fact now, I kind of kidded myself that it would be of use, but we've got 6,000 square meters here, but most of it's taken up by the pool, as anybody that watches on a regular basis will know. And to be honest, I don't really need it. It would be more of a show pony than actually get some use. And it's a shame because we've gone to so much of a point of getting it all running. Now, there is still some hydraulic work to do on this, the hoses and hydraulic lines and so on. So the deal is I've talked to them, they're very keen to have the tractor. They want to buy it. And the problem is I've got to justify what I've put into the tractor and what the hydraulics will cost to get the front loader working and everything, to justify it. I mean, it's one of those situations where I don't need the money. Fortunately, I don't need the money from it, but I can't see us using it as much as I thought I could kind of talk myself into. One of the main reasons is we found a company recently that will do the tree surgeons that will come around every 3 to 5 years, whatever, and do the very big tall trees we have. And that was the idea of having this, was that we could put a platform on it and do all the trees, the tall ones. But if we're going to get somebody to come in and do it, plus me being 71 in March, I'm not going to be able to do that when I'm 75, whatever. So maybe the best place for this is for it to work for a living. And they really love the thing, and maybe, you know, I think we'll come to a deal. I've told them I won't sell it unless they don't want it, and I might not sell it. You know, I might not sell it at all if they don't want it. But they seem very keen on it, and they've both driven it and they loved it. So, yeah, that's the situation. I didn't put them on camera because obviously they didn't want to be on camera. But as I said, there's quite a lot of hydraulics work to do on this, and that will depend on what the hoses and the hydraulic fittings cost, and so on and so forth. So there's still quite a bit of work to do, particularly this strap on here. There's a big heavy steel bar, it's probably sort of an inch thick, that comes down and then comes down onto here, and it's the support for the low loader. And that, they were made for a 990, and this is obviously an 880. And it needs to be shortened by about sort of, I don't know, an inch or something like that, about an inch, and it's on both sides. So that work needs to be done, and a few other bits and pieces. So I've got to work out exactly where we are with it and what it's cost me so far, and then see if that's a good situation. But if they do take it, if they do want to buy it, and we come to an agreement, one of the things they do have, which is, as I said, they have a farm with 4 horses on it, so they have lots of horse shit. So the good thing about that is I said to him, I said, as a joke, but I mean it, my wife's into the gardening, we always need manure for the plants and so on. And he said, you know what, how many tons do you want? So we could go up there sort of once a year and pick up a ton of horse shit and bring it back and put it on for fertilizer. So that's a kind of nice thing, but I would like to see it working, and they're a really, really lovely couple, and they seem to fall in love with the tractor, and I'm pretty sure it would go to a very, very good home. But there are some things we need to sort out. The lights weren't working where they came, because I think, if I remember rightly, Amir just put it onto the battery just to check that they work, because we've got to put a relay in there. Anyway, so that's the situation. So on that note, as I say, I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update, and we'll see how it goes. So hopefully this week I can get the Jag MOT'd on it, and get that insurance sorted out, and hopefully retain that number plate, that Jag 1 that I have. It's FF Jag 1, which you would have seen on the E-Type, but I want to put it onto 2 cars. And then we'll have to get that ready, because it's in May this year, the Ventilspiel, which is at Red Bull. Normally it's September, and they've brought it back to May. So we'll have to get that and take it out on the track and just check everything's good. So on that note, as usual, stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby, and be good to each other. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.